The lies end today. The gaslighting from the community stops and dies today. All the new fans, I don't even want to say new, but they must be newer than me. I've been around since the beginning. The Gen 1ers will not die, okay? We are not going anywhere. We remember. I was there when the first Pokemon memes was the stupid Mudkip one and the one where it said it was the first 4 regions in order and it was like Kanto's the best, Johto's kind of right there, Hoenn sucks, and Sinnoh brings it back. I remember that. I remember the original thought of the original fans, and I'm here to bring it back. All these new fans in the community, all the YouTubers nowadays, the gaslighting stops. And with that being said, hello Busters! The Bug Catcher is back with another video. I will be explaining why black and white absolutely suck. Now, just to start off, right when you start the game, as you can see on the screen, you gotta press A. The hand holding is ridiculous. All right, everybody, and goes back to a previous video where Pokemon YouTubers and fans are hypocrites because the hand holding in this game is fucking ridiculous. But they want to shit on the hand holding in the Alola games. Make it make sense. This game is the one that started the A. You hit the first route. Everybody has to talk to you. You hit a new city. You gotta go the tutorial through the fucking Pokemart, Poke Center. You got the stupid Team Plasma. You go through right when you leave the first town, your mom calls you. You hit the first city, another cutscene. That shit is utterly ridiculous. And I'm here to say black and white are the games that started it all. Now, I will admit, while these games look pretty for being on the DS, the region sucks. Alright? And I said it like that because I'm not talking about literally how it looks. I'm talking about just it's designed. It's linear. Okay? People want to say Sword and Shield are linear games. No. There's a whole open area. Yeah, they're linear. And if you want to say they're linear, they're the same exact way Sword and Shield are linear, black and white are. And I'll explain. It's one big circle in Unova, right? With these straight ass routes. Now you can explore the routes, like you can find Relic Castle, this, that, and the third. But in Galar Mine, you can go back and circle around, go outside. In Turf Field, you can go back and get the bike and hit the water. So it's not like you can't do these. You can't go back in these games. I don't understand. Like I'm talking about the exploration now for each route. There's things to explore even though it's linear in Galar. There's things to explore even though it's linear in black and white. But people shit on Galar for those same reasons, but then praise black and white. It really doesn't make any sense, in my honest opinion. The legendaries on the box, they suck. They're bland. I know they're supposed to be yin and yang, and they're supposed to be some sort of basicness to them. Yeah, they look like Palkia and Dialga's very early beta versions with no colors. These guys are stupid. They're just basic ass dragons. What is cool about them? They're just basic ass dragons. The sequels of the games are stupid. Who gives a fuck? None of the characters are interesting. People like to say the gym leaders are fleshed out. They're not fleshed out like they are in the Galar region. I'll stop talking about Galar because this isn't a Galar video, but I'm just comparing the two because the games are very similar. Honestly, if you don't believe me, go watch T-Tar's. Go watch his channel and what he says about Sword and Shield when it came out. And I'll just get to the big kicker now. I guess this is the last main point. I don't even know if that's what that means, but the overarching arc story of Black and White absolutely suck. Okay? None of it makes sense. And I'll tell you why. And I'll even bring up an example from the fans trying to gaslight this bullshit. Okay? I'm watching, maybe it's the Team Rocket podcast, the Rocket Radio podcast, right? These dudes are on there. They're ranking the protagonists from each game. They get to Rosa. One of these motherfuckers has the nerve to say, well, Rosa's just one of my favorites. Pokemon Masters does her really well, which I guess I've never really dabbled in the Masters. I don't know how well they do her there, right? But then he has the nerve to say, plus Rosa and Hilda, and I forget the two dudes' names, but he's really talking about Rosa. He's like, Rosa's the perfect foil for N. Because she's his yin to his yang or whatever, right? And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? How? We are a silent protagonist, right? That's why these games are the biggest atrocity in the series. There's this convoluted, stupid-ass story that I lived through, by the way. I'm old enough to remember my mom telling me I shouldn't be having Pokemon cards and playing the games because that's the devil's work. I remember that. She said the same shit about Courage the Cowardly Dog. I remember that. I had to live through that. So it wasn't particularly interesting to me that they were trying to make this convoluted story based off real life. I know that's what happened in America, and this is one of the American regions, so I guess I gotta give them some props for that. But the story is so convoluted, and this is what I mean. So the whole purpose of the original two generations of Pokemon was that it is my story. I get to put my opinions, thoughts, and ideas on the character. That's why the story's so minimal. Because I'm supposed to be adventurous. That's why Pokemon Go is a true Pokemon game. Because I get to walk outside my house and go, well, let's see. Looks like the Pokédex is telling me. I know it's the Pokéradar, but I know it looks like the Pokédex is telling me there is a Pachirisu right down the block. Oh, damn. Right by my car, there's a Houndour. Oh, shit, it's shiny. Oh, my fucking God. Then now there's a raid battle down the street. I walk over to the church. There's a whole bunch of people. I challenge them to a battle. Because I'm that guy. I'm that guy in real life. I am the Pokemon trainer. I don't have to play Pokemon Black and White and have to listen to Ian talk about his ideals. Fuck his ideals. Matter of fact, his ideals normally, this is why he's another bad character, because the player agrees with him. We want the Pokemon out the Pokeballs too, motherfuckers. Oh my God. We want the Pokemon out the ball too. How can he be a great... And now people are going to say, well, that's what makes him so good, because you can see that he has a point. Yeah, but when he has so much of a point and you agree with him, then it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Why can't I speak now in the game? Right? If the whole point of Pokemon being a silent protagonist is to put my thoughts and ideas on the character, which is the whole original point of the idea of Pokemon, is to travel regions, countrysides, visit cities, and you get your own idea of what you're going through, and you put your own imagination and thoughts into it. But when I gotta sit here and listen to Ian talk some bullshit and Charon disagree. Yeah, how is Rosa a great foil for N when she don't speak and Charon does all the goddamn talking? I'll wait. Someone in the comments answer that for me. Please. Make it make sense, all right? N is such a convoluted, stupid character. And he gets so much praise when a guy like Leon in the Galar games gets shitted on for no reason. Oh, I want to do what Leon does. But then when you play Diamond and Pearl, you make fun of Cynthia for just walking around watching the shit. Steven just stands there and watches you. But Leon handles business, builds that man up since the game starts and he gets shitted on. Yet here we are, here I am. I gotta get on YouTube every day and I gotta hear about Black and White was peak Pokemon. No, peak Pokemon was Gens 1 and 2 in terms of actual gameplay and in terms of actual just feels, vibes. It's really 8 and 9. And the sales prove it. And speaking of sales, if you exclude remakes, third versions, and Legends Arceus, because that only came out with one copy, Black and White are the worst selling Pokemon games of all time. And that has to show for something. The numbers don't lie. All these new guys in the community do. All the new people who be in everybody's comments can lie and gaslight. The numbers can't lie. The numbers don't gaslight. They are the worst selling games. These games suck. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing, these are peak Pokemon. These is peak. It's all been downhill from here. No, you just are clearly, you are not an interesting enough a person to put your own ideas onto the character to even have some sort of thought process that you need in Charon to push the game forward. Be more imaginable, maybe. That's what the whole point of Pokemon was. And with that being said, I'm smoking trees, catching Butterfrees. I'll see you in the next one. Bust bags.